Welcome to Challenge the Road. We're here with a new series, Top 10 on our cars, and we've got this Lamborghini Murcielago SV as the first one. Please like and subscribe our channel as we've got lots more content coming up soon. But here we are, let's start with this Lamborghini. So, Murcielago SV, now super veloce, super fast in Italian. And the first one was the Mura, that was the first SV they done. Then they done the Diablo SV, which is a fantastic car. I'd love to own one of them one day. They done an SE30, which was an amazing car. So this one is the Murcielago SV. So this is the last in the line of the Murcielagos. So the Murcielago line of cars was the original Murcielago in 2001. Then it went to a Murcielago Roadster. Then we had the LP 640, 640 horsepower, and this was the last variation, which was the 670 horsepower SV. So the Murcielago started in 2001 and was 610 horsepower. Then it moved up to the LP 640, 640 horsepower. Then this was the last in the line, the SV, 670 horsepower. So the main differences on the Murcielago SV are one, the power's up to 670 horsepower. We've also got an aero kit on the car because SVs were track orientated. So you see there's a huge rear wing. Now there was an option on this to have a lower spoiler, and that had a top speed of 213. With the higher spoiler it's 209. We've also got different aero at the front, which you see here with the fins, and we've got bigger wheels and much bigger brakes, 6-caliper brakes on these now. So there's quite a lot of differences between the two. And these were really meant for the Lamborghini driver who wanted to go on the track as well as use them on the road. But it's still a very usable car on the road. So let's just run through ownership of a vehicle like this and some of the costs. So the last service I had was about £750. That was a normal service. But they do sometimes need the major service, depending on the mileage, and that will cost about £3,000 to £4,000. I say I haven't really had any issues with the car. I bought it originally from VVS, and Lamborghini in Tunbridge Wells do the servicing for me. But I haven't really found too many issues with the car. I haven't really had any unexpected bills with the car. The tyres have been the strangest thing I've had, in that I ordered new tyres, but they're still 10 years old, which I didn't really know, because obviously a 17-inch rim with a 335 tyre is very unusual, so you still have to buy the old tyres. So values of Murcielagos have held up really well actually, and standard cars are around the 150,000. Then the LP 640, a little bit more, around the 200, and then you go up to the SV. Very dependent on mileage and spec, but a UK SV is probably around 300 with reasonable miles, and then they go up to sort of 450 with very low miles. But I am expecting them to really appreciate over the coming years. So the Murcielago's featured in some famous programs. One of the most famous is the Top Gear with Richard Hammond. Over 5 million views on that video, where he runs down the high street against a Mercedes SLR, coming a close second. But then the footage in the desert scene was just one of the best the BBC's ever done. Also, the Murcielago LP640 featured in the Dark Knight film in Batman. And then this car was actually in Hobbs and Shaw. Just a small clip of it when he has the McLaren, when he parks up. You can see this in the video. So the colour of this Murcielago SV is a Rancho Atlas, and it's actually a triple layer orange metallic. Carbon bodywork, and then this is painted on 3 times 3 layers, and it's actually amazing to see it. We've PPF'd this whole car because obviously we're going to use it quite a lot next year, and we do use it obviously a lot of the time, and we want to show this car to you. But yeah, it's a fantastic orange, and you know, one of the best colours a Lamborghini can be. So there were very few made. The actual plaque inside says 350, but there was only 186 of these cars due to the Aventador production line taking over from this. Very rare also is a UK car. There are only 6 supplied to the UK, and we think there's only 4 left, and there's only 2 in the orange paint. So this was almost the last true Lamborghini before Audi took over. They actually took over just before this was released. but this has the last Bizzarini engine that was built in the V12, and then it moved to Audi to an all-new Lamborghini V12, and the sound has definitely changed. Had an Aventador, the sound wasn't as good as this car. This has a very unique howl at high revs. This engine also had 40 years of development to get to this pinnacle of the SV at 670 horsepower. So that's our top 10 on the Lamborghini Murcielago SV. We also have a video on JM Cars, who took this car out, and our own one with me and Dean, which you may have seen before. If not, go and have a look at that now. We've got more and more coming up soon. Please like and subscribe our channel.